Have you ever heard of events in history that seem so strange, so mysterious, that they almost sound like fiction? The kind of stories that make you question everything you thought you knew about the past. Well, today, we're diving deep into some of the most bizarre, untold historical events that actually happened. From mysterious disappearances to unexplainable phenomena, these are the stories they didn't teach you in school. Story 1. The Dancing Plague of 1518. Our journey begins in Strasbourg, France, in the year 1518. It was a normal summer, until one day, a woman named Frau Trophea stepped out into the streets and started dancing. But this wasn't any normal dance. She danced furiously, as if possessed with no sign of stopping. Soon, others joined her. Dozens, then hundreds, were dancing in the streets, day and night. Doctors were called, but no one could figure out what was happening. Was it a curse? A disease? A religious frenzy? The dancers continued for weeks, many collapsing from exhaustion, and some even danced themselves to death. Historians still don't know what caused the so-called dancing plague. Some say it was mass hysteria, while others suggest a reaction to contaminated food. Whatever the cause, it remains one of the most bizarre events in European history. Story 2. The Lost Colony of Roanoke. Next, let's travel across the Atlantic to North America, to the mysterious disappearance of the Roanoke Colony. In 1587, a group of English settlers landed on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Led by Governor John White, they were there to establish the first permanent English settlement in the New World. After a short time, White returned to England for supplies, but when he came back 3 years later, he found the colony completely abandoned. Over 100 men, women, and children had vanished without a trace. The only clue was a single word carved into a wooden post: Croatoan. Some believe the settlers may have integrated with local Native American tribes, while others think they were wiped out by disease or conflict. To this day, the fate of the lost colony remains an unsolved mystery, one that continues to captivate historians and treasure hunters alike. Story 3. The Tunguska Event. Now we shift our focus to Russia, in the summer of 1908. Imagine waking up one morning and hearing a deafening explosion that shatters windows, flattens forests, and can be felt from hundreds of miles away. That's exactly what happened in Siberia, near the Tunguska River. An explosion, more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, tore through the skies, leveling an area of over 800 square miles. But here's the strange part. There was no impact crater. To this day, scientists debate what could have caused the Tunguska event. The leading theory is that a meteor exploded in mid-air, but no fragments have ever been found. Some believe it was a comet, while others suggest more outlandish explanations, like a black hole or alien technology. Whatever the truth, the Tunguska event remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Story 4. The Great Emu War. Next up, we have one of the most bizarre wars in history. After World War I, Australia faced an unexpected invasion. But this wasn't from another country. It was from emus. Yes, you heard that right. In 1932, after a drought, thousands of emus began invading farmlands in Western Australia, destroying crops and causing chaos. In response, the Australian government declared war on the emus. Armed with machine guns, soldiers were sent to cull the emu population. But despite their best efforts, the emus were surprisingly difficult to defeat. Their fast running and erratic movement made them tough targets. And after several weeks, the emus had outsmarted the soldiers. Eventually, the military withdrew, and the emus won what became known as the Great Emu War. It's a story that sounds like a joke, but it's 100% true, and a strange reminder of how nature can sometimes get the better of us. Story 5. The Disappearance of the Eilean Mor Lighthouse Keepers. Our next mystery takes us to the remote Flannan Isles, off the coast of Scotland. In December 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers stationed on the island of Eilean Mor disappeared without a trace. When a relief ship arrived, they found the lighthouse empty, with no sign of the men. The clocks had stopped and a meal was left uneaten on the table. There were no signs of struggle, no evidence of foul play. The only clues were some unusual weather reports in the logbook, suggesting a powerful storm had passed through. But here's the twist. Local weather reports didn't record any such storm. Did the men fall victim to a freak wave? Were they abducted? Or is there something more supernatural at play? To this day, no one knows for sure what happened to the 3 keepers of Eilean Mor.